Okay, it's 4:45. We'll call to order the meeting of the Finance Subcommittee on February 16, 2021. And we have one item on the agenda, and that's continued discussion of the bond for the water rate case. And this was discussed at a previous Finance Subcommittee meeting 2 weeks ago, approximately. And we're back here again to make sure there are no new issues or concerns. And I think I read that Vic is going to take the lead, but that may not be true.
Doesn't appear that Vic is in the meeting at the moment.
All right, then it's up to you, Chris.
Well, I can tell you this much. I submitted to the board at the 11th hour of the packet going out a version of the resolution which had attached to it a draft of the proposed ordinance for the bond finance. And I guess I would ask if everybody had an opportunity to review that version, and would invite any of them who might have questions to direct them to Buzz Crone, who does appear to be on the meeting. That's going to be my punt the ball to Buzz action right now.
Okay, why don't we start with subcommittee members? Megan or Amanda, you have any questions or issues to raise?
I have none. I'm good to go with all of this.
Megan?
I'm good as well. Thank you.
Okay, that makes 3 out of 3. I'm good to go with it. I assumed that we wouldn't need a major discussion of it since we were apprised of what the resolution would look like before. So, I don't know, does Buzz have anything to add to the conversation?
Really nothing to add, just to maybe summarize that there is a comfortable amount of contingencies in the bond parameters that Crow's put forth, and we think that it all looks in order. And this is just one of the hoops we've got to go through before you guys go to the IURC to get the approval for the rates and financing, and then we'll come in after that and find a home for these bonds.
Okay, it sounds good.
I guess.
Yes, Amanda.
I'm sure it's in here somewhere, but I do want to make sure that we have the opportunity to renegotiate bond rates, and like we had a couple of bonds before that came gave us a little bit of an advantage with changing some of the interest rates. Will we still have the flexibility with these bonds that we have with other bonds? I guess that's probably directed at Laura.
I believe that's the case. Buzz and Bruce may be able to speak to that better. As once we get closer and this has been approved by IURC, then we'll actually go out and buy the bonds, correct?
Yes, and generally we'd probably consider a competitive sale unless things get squirrely in the market. Since you are a second-class city, you have the ability to do negotiated placements. It's a fairly sizable bond issuance, 15 million or 17 million. It's a significant amount. We want to get the best deal for the city. Again, I think our preliminary thoughts are we probably do a competitive offering, but we'll just have to see what market conditions are after you get through your IURC order and how much time we have and so forth. But rates are still very good right now, and we anticipate having a successful sale, getting a good rating, et cetera, et cetera. biggest hoops getting through the IURC right now.
Okay, Buzz, I love finance speak. The first words were, there are enough contingencies within the parameters.
Yes.
That's finance speak.
Well, I'm sure we've all been caught on the short end of that stick a time or two. So, like I say, Jennifer and her crew, I think they've done a fine job in recommending the sizing parameters and so forth. So I think we're in good shape.
Okay, Vic, do we need to okay this and pass it along to the full board, or?
In the meeting we had just a minute ago with rules and regs, the committee had a motion and a vote to recommend approval by the full board. So that's, I think, best procedure.
Okay, then do I hear a motion to approve and recommend this to the full board?
So moved.
And I'll second.
Okay, no questions that I see, so all in favor. Latrina, would you call the roll?
Sure. Burnham,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Sherman.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
All right.
Okay, are there anyone out there in the land of the watchers who has a question or concern? I can't see whether anyone is on.
And I'm sorry, Jim, I'm going to jump in, just say for the record that I'll go ahead and say it, that the motion did carry. It passed unanimously for recommendation of that form of the resolution and ordinance to the board as a whole.
Okay. Okay, if there are no questions from the public, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the subcommittee.
So moved.
Okay, we are adjourned and we will reconvene as part of the full board in 8 minutes.
Thank
Okay.
you all.
Thank you.